My respected elders and my dear brothers and sisters, welcome to all from Islam in the world. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi barakatuh. May the mercy and peace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be upon everyone. Today our topic of discussion is the life story of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam. Number 1. First we will start with an introduction about the importance of prophets in Islam. In Islam, prophets are of deep importance as God's appointed messengers to guide mankind to righteousness and enlightenment. They are revered for their exemplary character, steadfast devotion to God, and their role in the divine revelation known as the Qur'an. Prophets serve as role models for Muslims, embodying virtues such as compassion, justice, and patience. Their teachings and experiences recorded in Islamic scriptures provide timeless wisdom and guidance for believers seeking spiritual growth and moral guidance in their lives. Number 2. I will introduce Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam as a prominent prophet of Islam. Hazrat Nuh, peace be upon him, holds a prominent position among the prophets in Islam. He is famous for his steadfast faith, perseverance, and aim to lead his people to righteousness. According to Islamic tradition, Allah chose Prophet Noah as a messenger to warn his community of impending divine punishment due to their unbelief and immoral behavior. Despite facing ridicule and rejection for centuries, Hazrat Nuh remained steadfast in his mission, tirelessly calling his people to repentance and obedience to Allah. His story, featured prominently in the Quran, serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of patience, perseverance, and unwavering faith in the face of adversity. Number 3. I will mention the significance of Noah's story in religious education. The story of Hazrat Nuh, Noah, carries great significance in religious education in Islam. It serves as a profound lesson on the importance of faith, patience, and obedience to the commands of Allah. Educators often use the narrative of Prophet Noah to teach moral values, such as perseverance in the face of adversity, steadfastness in one's beliefs, and the consequences of disobeying divine guidance. Additionally, the story highlights the concept of divine mercy and forgiveness, as Allah saved Prophet Noah and his followers from the flood. By studying this narrative, students gain insight into the complexity of human nature, the importance of prophetic guidance, and the ultimate triumph of goodness over evil. Overall, the story of Hazrat Nuh serves as a rich source of moral, spiritual, and historical lessons in Islamic education. Dear audience, we have divided the biography of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam into 6 parts. Number 1, Early life and prophethood. Number 2, Challenges and oppositions. Number 3, Building of the Arkansas. Number 4, The Great Flood. Number 5, Post-flood situation. Number 6, Succession and conclusion. Number 1, Early life and prophethood. We have divided the early life and prophethood into 2 parts. Number 1, I will briefly highlight the context of the birth and upbringing of Nuh alayhi salam. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam, known as Nuh in English, was born in a pious family at a time when idolatry and moral corruption were rampant among his people. His father, Lamech, was a pious man who raised him with strong moral values and faith in God. Historical records do not specify the exact date of his birth, but it is believed that he was born in a city in ancient Mesopotamia, which is now part of modern Iraq. From an early age, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam displayed exceptional piety and devotion to God. He grew up witnessing the moral decay and idolatry of his society, which prompted him to deepen his understanding of his faith and purpose in life. Despite the prevailing corruption, he remained steadfast in his faith and devoted himself to the worship of Allah. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam received his prophethood at the age of 40, and from that moment he devoted his life to bringing his people back to the path of righteousness. His upbringing instilled in him the courage, integrity, and compassion necessary to fulfill his divine mission despite facing many challenges and opposition from his community. Overall, the birth and upbringing of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam gave him the foundation and spiritual strength to become one of the greatest prophets in the history of Islam, leading his people to the light of truth and monotheism. Number 2. Beginning at the age of 40, I will discuss his prophecy and his mission to lead his people to worship one God. At the age of 40, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam received his prophethood from Allah, which initiated his divine mission to guide his people to monotheism and righteousness. As a prophet, he was chosen by Allah to deliver his message and act as a beacon of guidance for humanity. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam was faced with the difficult task of propagating monotheism in a society steeped in idolatry and moral corruption. Despite the challenges, he remained firm and steadfast in his mission, tirelessly calling his people to abandon their false gods and worship the one true God, Allah. With unwavering determination and sincerity, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam tried to awaken the hearts of his community to the reality of divine oneness and the importance of leading a righteous life. He used various methods of persuasion and reasoning to convey his message, urging his people to think about the signs of Allah's existence and the consequences of their disbelief. Throughout his prophethood, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam displayed infinite patience, compassion, and perseverance even in the face of rejection and hostility from his community. Despite the long duration of his mission of more than 950 years according to Islamic tradition, he remained steadfast in his commitment to fulfill his divine duties. Finally, the prophethood of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam serves as a profound example of fortitude, devotion, and unwavering faith in the face of adversity. His mission to lead his people to worship one God reflects the core message of Islam and serves as a constant reminder of the importance of monotheism and righteous behavior in the eyes of Allah. Number 2. Challenges and contradictions. We divide challenges and opposition into two categories. Number 1. I will describe the social context of idol worship and immorality during the time of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam. During the time of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam there was widespread idolatry, moral decay, and spiritual corruption in the society. The people of his era deviated from the teachings of their forefathers and abandoned the worship of the one true God, Allah. Instead, they turned to idol worship and indulged in various forms of immorality and injustice. Idolatry was deeply embedded in the culture and religious practices of people during the time of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam. They worshipped many idols, believing them to have miraculous powers and the ability to bless them or protect them from harm. Idolatry leads to loss of spiritual awareness and distortion of the true message of monotheism. Along with idolatry, the society was plagued with moral decay and immoral behavior. Greed, dishonesty, oppression, and exploitation were rampant, leading to widespread social injustice and inequality. People were consumed by their worldly desires and lost moral values and ethical principles. The prevalence of immorality and corruption created a culture of decadence and moral decay, where injustice and wrongdoing were normalized and accepted. This social context posed significant challenges to Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam in his quest to lead his people to righteousness and monotheism. Despite the prevailing darkness and moral decay, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam remained steadfast in his commitment to bring his nation back to the path of worshipping Allah and righteousness. His message of monotheism and moral rectitude stood in stark contrast to prevailing practices of idolatry and immorality, challenging the status quo and calling for a return to true faith. To summarize, the social context at the time of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam was characterized by rampant idolatry, moral decadence, and spiritual corruption. His mission as a prophet was to combat these social ills and lead his people to the worship of one God and the practice of moral conduct. Number 2, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam will discuss the challenges he faced in promoting monotheism, including rejection and ridicule from his people. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam, like many other prophets, faced numerous challenges in preaching monotheism and calling his people to worship one God. These challenges are deeply rooted in the idolatry and moral corruption prevalent in his society. Here are some of the key challenges he faces. Social resistance. The society in which Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam lived was deeply bound in idolatry and polytheism. His message of monotheism challenged the status quo and threatened the power structure built around idolatry. As a result, he faced massive social resistance and opposition from those who benefited from the existing system. Rejection and ridicule. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam faced rejection and ridicule from his people when he called them to worship one God. Many of his contemporaries ridiculed him for his beliefs and dismissed his message as foolish or absurd. Despite his sincerity and earnest efforts, he faced widespread derision from those who refused to heed his call. Threats and persecution. As Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam continued to preach monotheism, he faced increasing hostility and persecution from those who opposed his message. He and his followers were subjected to verbal abuse, physical violence, and threats to their safety. Rejection of his message often escalated into persecution and attempts to silence him and his followers. Lack of support. Despite his efforts to convey the message of monotheism, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam struggled to gain widespread support among his people. Many were unwilling to abandon their underlying beliefs and traditions, preferring to cling to the familiar comfort of idol worship instead of embracing the truth of monotheism. This lack of support made his mission more challenging. Prolonged mission. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam faced the difficult task of propagating monotheism for a long period of time, more than 950 years according to Islamic tradition. The long duration of his mission meant that he had to endure long periods of rejection and ridicule, testing his patience and resolve. Despite these difficult challenges, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam remained steadfast in his commitment to promoting monotheism and leading his people to righteousness. His steadfast faith, perseverance, and patience in the face of adversity serve as an eternal example for believers, highlighting the importance of steadfastness and resilience in the pursuit of truth. Number 3, Building of the Arkansas. We have divided the building of the ark into 2 parts. Number 1, I will explain the divine command of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam to build the ark as a means of escape from the impending flood. The divine command to build the ark of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam was an important moment in his mission and a proof of his unwavering faith and obedience to Allah. According to Islamic tradition and the Quranic narration, Allah revealed to Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam that a great flood would soon engulf the earth as punishment for the wickedness and unbelief of his people. In response to this divine revelation, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam received specific instructions from Allah to build an ark for himself, his family and a select group of believers as well as each pair of animal species. The ark was to be a large vessel, capable of withstanding the raging waters of the flood and sheltering its inhabitants until the calamity passed. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam faithfully obeyed Allah's command by devoting himself devotedly to building the ark, despite facing ridicule, skepticism and opposition from his people. With divine guidance, he meticulously followed the instructions given to him, ensuring that the ark was built to specific specifications and was able to fulfill its purpose. The construction of the ark served as a tangible manifestation of Prophet Noah's obedience to Allah and his unwavering faith in divine guidance. It also served as a powerful symbol of hope and salvation for those who believed in the word of Allah and sought refuge from impending disaster. Ultimately, the ship built by Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam became a symbol of divine mercy and deliverance, providing safety and security to its passengers during the catastrophic flood. The story of the ship stands as a profound reminder of the importance of faith, obedience, and trust in God's wisdom and guidance even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. Number 2, I will describe the process of building the ship by highlighting the obedience of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam and faith in Allah. The shipbuilding process of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam exemplifies his steadfast loyalty to Allah and his deep faith in divine guidance. Despite facing ridicule, skepticism and opposition from his community, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam remained steadfast in his commitment to obey Allah's command to build ships. Here is a description highlighting his loyalty and faith. Received divine command. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam received a divine command from Allah to build a ship as a means of escape from the impending flood. This command was a test of his faith and loyalty, requiring him to devote himself wholeheartedly to the important work ahead. Following specific instructions. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam meticulously followed the specific instructions given by Allah for building ships. He paid attention to every detail, making sure the ark was built to exacting specifications and able to withstand the raging waters of the flood. Challenges and opposition. During the construction process, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam faced numerous challenges including ridicule, skepticism and opposition from his people. Despite all these obstacles, he remained steadfast in his determination to obey Allah's commands, drawing strength from his unwavering faith and trust in divine guidance. Divine assistance. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam relied on divine assistance and guidance throughout the construction of the ark. Almighty Allah supported him every step of the way, equipping him with the knowledge, resources and skills necessary to accomplish the important task. Perseverance and patience. Despite the long duration of the construction process, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam was steadfast and patient, never wavering in his commitment to obey Allah's orders. His steadfast loyalty and faith in Allah sustained him through challenges and trials along the way. Completion of the ark. The ark was completed as per the instructions of Allah through the steadfast obedience and faith of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam. It stood as proof of his steadfastness and devotion to Allah, serving as a symbol of hope and salvation for those who believe in Allah's words. In short, the process of building the ark highlights Hazrat Nuh's exemplary obedience to Allah and his unwavering faith in divine guidance. Despite facing enormous odds and opposition, he remained steadfast in his commitment to obeying Allah's commands, ultimately demonstrating the transforming power of faith and obedience in the face of adversity. Number 4. The Great Flood. We have divided the Great Flood into 2 parts. Number 1, discussing the events of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam's Great Flood, its magnitude, and its significance as a divine punishment. The Great Flood of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam is a significant event in Islamic tradition, characterized by its magnitude and its profound significance as a divine punishment. According to the Quranic description, Allah sent the flood as a punishment for the rampant wickedness, disbelief and moral corruption in the society during the time of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam. Here are the key aspects of the Great Flood. Divine warning. Before the flood, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam warned his people of the impending punishment if they did not abandon their idolatry and return to the worship of the one true God, Allah. Despite his constant efforts, most of his people rejected his message and continued their disobedience. The ark as a means of salvation. As per the instructions of Allah, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam built this ark to serve as a means of salvation for himself, his family and a select group of believers. Each animal is a pair of species. The ark was built to withstand the waters of the disastrous flood and to provide shelter until the punishment passed. The extent of the flood. When the appointed time came, Allah sent the waters of the flood upon the earth, causing them to rise from the depths of the earth and rain in torrents from the sky. The waters of the flood engulfed the entire earth, submerging mountains and valleys alike and sparing none but those on board. Significance as divine punishment. The Great Flood of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam carries a deep significance as a divine punishment inflicted by Allah on the disobedient and wicked. It serves as a reminder of the consequences of unbelief and moral corruption and the importance of obedience to Allah's commands. Symbol of renewal and redemption. Despite the devastation caused by the flood, it also symbolizes renewal and redemption. By purifying the earth, Allah gave a new beginning to humanity, allowing Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam and his followers to regenerate the earth and establish a new society based on righteousness and monotheism. Lessons learned. The story of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam's Great Flood serves as an eternal reminder of the consequences of disobedience to Allah and the importance of heeding divine warnings. It refers to the significance of repentance, obedience, and belief in Allah's mercy as the key to salvation and redemption. In short, the Great Flood of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam is a powerful testimony to the magnitude of divine punishment and the transforming power of faith and obedience. It serves as a profound reminder of the consequences of disobedience and the importance of righteousness in the eyes of Allah. Number 2, I will describe how Hazrat Nuh, his followers, and the pair of animals were saved in the ark. According to Islamic tradition, Prophet Noah, his followers and pairs of animals were saved from the Great Flood by the ark he built under divine guidance. Here's how they were saved. Shipbuilding. Following Allah's instructions, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam diligently built the ship according to the precise specifications given to him. The ark was a huge water vessel, designed to withstand the raging flood waters and provide shelter for its occupants. Boarding. Before the flood began, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam boarded a boat with his family and a select group of believers. They were joined by pairs of each animal species, which were brought aboard to ensure the preservation of life on earth. Closing the door. As the flood waters began to rise and engulf the earth, Allah ordered Prophet Noah to close the door of the ark. This act initiates the journey of their salvation and protection from devastating floods. Safe voyage through floods. As floodwaters inundate the earth, the ship floats on the surface, providing safety and security to its occupants. Despite the severity of the flood, the ark remained steady and resilient, ensuring the survival of Prophet Noah, his followers, and the animals on board. Alleviation of the flood. After some time, Allah abated the waters of the flood, allowing the ark to rest on Mount Judy or on Mount Ararat, depending on the interpretation. Prophet Noah and his companions disembarked from the ark and emerged on dry land, grateful for their deliverance from divine punishment. Earth population. After their safe passage through the flood, Prophet Noah and his followers revived the earth by establishing a new society based on piety and monotheism. The pair of animals preserved on the ark also played an important role in the renewal and replenishment of life on earth. In short, Prophet Noah, his followers and pairs of animals were saved from the great flood by the ark he built under divine guidance. Their safe passage through the floodwaters serves as a powerful testament to God's mercy and protection, as well as the importance of obedience and faith in adverse times. Number 5. Situation after the flood. We have divided the post-flood situation into two categories. Number 1. Explain how the flood water receded and Noah's ark landed on Mount Judy. According to Islamic tradition, after the waters of the flood covered the earth for a time, Allah withdrew them, signaling the end of the heavenly punishment. As the floodwaters began to recede, the ark, guided by God's decree, came to rest on Mount Judy, also known as Mount Ararat in some interpretations. Here's how the floodwaters receded and the ship landed on Mount Judy. Divine intervention. Allah, in His mercy, decreed that the floodwaters would recede after a certain period of time, ending the divine punishment. This divine intervention marked the beginning of a process of renewal and rebirth for the earth and its inhabitants. Decreasing of the flood waters. As Allah's command took effect, the flood waters gradually receded, returning to the depths from which they had risen. The endless flood that covered the earth began to recede, giving way to dry land again. Guidance of the ark. During the process of receding the waters of the flood, the ark, under the guidance and protection of Allah, floated to the surface, navigating the changing currents and terrain. Allah ensured that the ship would be safe and secure, taking it to its final destination according to His divine will. Resting place at Mount Judy. As the floodwaters receded, the ark finally came to rest at Mount Judy, traditionally believed to be located in the region of modern Turkey. Mount Judy in Islamic tradition mentioned as the place where the ship landed after the flood waters receded. Disembarkation from the boat. After the arrival of the ark at Mount Judy and the stabilization of the earth's surface, Hazrat Nuh alayhis salam disembarked from the ark along with his family and pairs of animals. In the ark they emerged on dry land, grateful for their deliverance from divine punishment and ready to start anew. In short, the receding of the flood waters and the landing of Noah's ark on Mount Judy are depicted in Islamic tradition as manifestations of God's mercy and prophecy. These events mark the end of the flood narrative, symbolizing the renewal and rebirth of life on earth after divine punishment. Number 2. I will discuss the post-flood situation, including the efforts of Hazrat Nuh alayhis salam to rebuild society and promote monotheism. After the Great Flood, Hazrat Nuh alayhis salam and his followers emerged from the ark into a renewed world, ready to begin the task of rebuilding society and promoting monotheism. Here is how Hazrat Nuh alayhis salam tried to reform society and spread the message of monotheism. Establishment of monotheism. Hazrat Nuh alayhis salam resumed his mission of preaching monotheism and calling people to worship the one true God, Allah. He wanted to inculcate in his followers a deep understanding of Tawheed and the importance of living a pious life according to divine guidance. Teaching and guidance. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam was actively engaged in teaching and guiding his community, imparting knowledge and wisdom derived from divine revelation. He emphasized the importance of moral integrity, moral behavior, and obedience to the commands of Allah as the foundation of a virtuous society. Reorganization of society. After the flood, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam played an important role in rebuilding society and restoring order to the world. He worked tirelessly to establish social cohesion, justice, and mutual respect among the people, fostering a sense of unity and community spirit. Leadership and governance. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam provided leadership and governance to his community, acting as a source of guidance and authority on matters of religious and moral importance. He wanted to create a society based on the principles of justice, compassion, and righteousness, guided by the divine teachings he received. Preaching monotheism. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam continued to preach the message of monotheism not only to his own community but also to neighboring societies and future generations. He tried to spread the light of truth and faith in Allah to every corner of the world by leaving a legacy of steadfastness and devotion to the worship of one God. Despite the challenges and trials faced, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam remained steadfast in his commitment to preach monotheism and guide his people to righteousness. His efforts to restructure society and spread the message of monotheism serve as an eternal example of leadership, resilience, and steadfast faith in the face of adversity. Number 6. Succession and conclusion. We have divided succession and conclusion into two parts. Number 1. I will discuss in detail the legacy of Hazrat Noah as a symbol of patience, perseverance, and steadfast faith. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam, also known as Hazrat Nuh, is revered in Islamic tradition as a symbol of patience, perseverance, and steadfast faith. His legacy embodies these qualities, serving as an eternal example for believers to draw inspiration from. Here is a detailed discussion of his legacy. Patience in the face of adversity. Hazrat Noah displayed extraordinary patience in the face of adversity throughout his life. Despite facing rejection, ridicule, and persecution from his people for his monotheistic message, he remained steadfast in his commitment to fulfill his divine mission. He endured the long period of his prophethood, which spanned more than 950 years, with unwavering patience and perseverance. Perseverance in spreading the message throughout his mission. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam persevered tirelessly to spread the message of monotheism and called his people to worship the one true God, Allah. Despite the challenges and obstacles he faced, he continued to preach the truth, never losing hope or giving up on his mission in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. Unwavering faith in Allah. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam exemplified unwavering faith in Allah and complete trust in divine guidance. Despite the enormity of the tasks assigned to him, such as building the ark and enduring the flood, he remained steadfast in his belief in God's wisdom, mercy, and power. Her faith sustained her through the most difficult moments of her life, serving as a source of strength and resilience. Divine protection and deliverance. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam experienced divine protection and deliverance granted to him by Allah. Despite the severity of the flood and the devastation on earth, Allah Ta'ala ensured the safety and survival of Prophet Noah, his family, and the believers on board. This miraculous salvation serves as proof of the power of faith and obedience to God's commands. Permanent legacy. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam left a lasting legacy as a role model for believers of all generations. His life story, recorded in the Quran and preserved in Islamic tradition, inspires millions of people around the world to emulate his patience, perseverance, and steadfast faith in their own lives. His legacy serves as a reminder of the transformative power of faith and the rewards of persevering in the face of adversity. In short, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam is remembered and revered as a symbol of patience, perseverance, and steadfast faith in the Islamic tradition. His enduring legacy serves as a source of inspiration and guidance for believers seeking to navigate life's challenges with unwavering faith and trust in Allah. Number 2. Hazrat Nuh will discuss the enduring lesson from his story and its relevance in today's world. The story of Prophet Nuh alayhi salam provides enduring lessons that are relevant in today's world, serving as a source of guidance and inspiration for believers. Here are some key lessons from his story and their relevance in today's context. Patience and perseverance. Prophet Noah's steadfast patience and perseverance in the face of adversity teaches us the importance of resilience and perseverance. In today's fast-paced and often challenging world, his example reminds us to remain steadfast in our faith and convictions, even in the face of obstacles and setbacks. Faith and trust in Allah. Prophet Noah's steadfast faith and trust in Allah serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of relying on divine guidance and seeking strength through prayer and devotion. In a world filled with uncertainty and turmoil, his example encourages us to deepen our faith and trust in God's wisdom and mercy. Responsibility to spread the truth. Prophet Noah's mission to spread the message of monotheism highlights the importance of sharing the truth and guiding others to righteousness. In today's pluralistic society, his example reminds us of our responsibility to promote understanding and dialogue among different communities, along with the principles of Islam with compassion,